Hey, what's the deal? That's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag, you know what I mean? As of this recording, it is April 5th, 2026, you know what I mean, 10:03 a.m. Now, I mean, this is the first video of the day because I'm actually going to be doing another video later today, too. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Right now I'm outside, getting ready to go buy a sandwich from Jersey Mike's. Yo, Jersey Mike's is good. You know what I mean? Like, yo, if y'all in the downtown Brooklyn area, you know what I mean? And you guys are like right there by, not even Court Street. Nah, like right there where J Street is at. Like you just go up, you know, one block up, you know what I mean? And you'll definitely see, you know, Jersey Mike's and such. But, you know, of course, like what we've seen on SmackDown Friday, you know, has been, you know, what we heard about, you know, since Friday on SmackDown with the whole Pat McAfee thing has been very chaotic, right? And it seemed like one storyline, right? Like one storyline has, or one like miscue from one miscue from a popular storyline and such has caused a shitstorm for WWE, right? Because they're like, oh, you know, this came from Ari Emanuel, and you know, if Triple H was head of creative, you know, why would TKO come in and, you know, and step in and all this other shit, right? And, you know, I'm hearing a lot of people say, well, you know, Triple H is going to lose his job within the next 18 months. Seven Bucks Productions is going to come in and take over. Brian Gewirtz is going to take over head of creative and such, right? And then, of course, we hear about, you know, Cody Rhodes' promo, right? That was on SmackDown, and you know, on the same day, where he was going off the script because Pat McAfee, from what I understand, went off script. So Cody Rhodes decided to do the same thing, where, you know, it was reported that WWE Creative told Cody Rhodes to go out there and shoot from the hip and everything else, right? Where people are like, oh, they're tired of TKO mingling into storylines and such, right? And it had me thinking. You know, it had me thinking because, you know, they're getting people talking, right? Like this, you know, this whole situation is definitely getting people talking and such, right? And it had me thinking, is this reality or and like I'm walking right next to a church, or because it's Easter, or is this one elaborate work? Because, or can WWE turn this into a work? You know, because it seemed like, you know, people going off the script and everything else. And mind you, this is close to WrestleMania. I mean, this is legit close to the biggest event of the year, right? First and foremost, I don't think Triple H is going to get fired. I don't think so. I mean, even though his creative is shit, you know what I mean? I think, you know, the thing is, you know, people are like, oh, TKO mingling into WWE creative storylines, but they haven't done that all year, only when WrestleMania time comes, right? But here's the thing, okay? You know, could WWE turn this into a work shoot? You know, because again, we heard Cody Rhodes going off script, right? He was told to go off script, right? He was told to shoot from the hip, break the fourth wall, mind you, right? Could it be a situation where they could do WWE versus TKO? That could possibly be the case. You know what I'm saying? Because again, Pat McAfee went to shoot, and what's his face went to shoot. You know what I'm saying? If WWE was smart, you know what I mean? They have, you know, they could make money out this. You know, like just like what they did, you know, on WrestleMania last year, right? No, yeah, not last year, but you know, 2 years ago. You know, when The Rock mingling in, and they took whatever situation happened at that time, they turned it into, you know, a work. Whatever, you know, backstage issues and such, and they make money off it, right? WWE can do this. They can do the same thing here. I would not be shocked if WWE pulls something similar like this year. I would not be shocked, and I'll tell you why I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked because if this is, you know, if this is the case, right? You know, they got gold here. You know, like they can have like a team TKO, right? all the people who are, you know, the celebs and, you know, like ISO Speed. I like ISO Speed. He has nothing to do with this. You know, I think ISO Speed is a guy who, you know, who I can definitely see. I think he wants to be a wrestler. I said this before and I'm going to say it again. I think he'd be great as, you know, as a wrestler. But, you know, they got ISO Speed, they got Lil Yachty, they got all these other people, right? You know, for WrestleMania. And then you got the WWE side where you're trying to take over control and shit, right? You know, where they're trying to do right. Right? I would do it. I would do have Triple H lead WWE and whoever comes in to lead Team TKO. Right? I would do it. I would do it based off the simple fact that, you know, the fans created something. And mind you, like if you really want like attention going into WrestleMania, there go your storyline right there. Forget Cody and Randy, right? You know, I mean that's part of it, but like I said, there's a bigger issue, right? There's a bigger picture with, you know, with people blowing up on social media and like, oh man, Cody, you know, Cody got beat up by Pat McAfee and stuff, right? I would do it. I would pull that off. Who knows? Maybe that's what they're gonna do. Because also think about this as well. We don't know if this is also for Unreal. We don't know that. Like, you know, there's a lot of things that happens, right, that we don't know about behind the scenes. And WWE could be playing y'all good. They could be playing the, you know, they could be playing the internet wrestling community good and the journalists. I mean, they could be playing Meltzer and Alvarez and Sapp and fucking what's the dude name? You know, Mike Johnson from PW Insider. Now Andrew Zarian. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch. There's a bunch of people who we could play because again, we don't know what the fuck is going on. You know, I heard this dude, what's his name, Mike from the Off the Mic Sports Network say how he believes Triple H is going to be out of WWE. He thinks Triple H is going to be, you know, that he's either going to quit or they're going to release him within the next 18 to 24 months. We don't know if that's even possible. We don't even know if that's the case. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know if Triple H is even in, you know, a part of this shit. Nobody does. Nobody does. But if WWE really wants to, you know, get some sort of, you know, some sort of energy boost for WrestleMania, there go right there. There go right there. You know, and watch, people going to tune in to see what the fuck is going on. They're going to tune in because, you know, this is now intriguing. And people still talking about it. You know, we're still going to be talking about this. Oh, well, you know, TKO is ruining WWE and blah, 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 blah. We're going to see what happens next week, okay? Actually this Friday, if Cody comes out and blasts TKO again and they go off the script again, right? Then basically they're more than likely going to turn this shit into a work shoot. You know, a shoot into a work. Why? Because you want to make money. That's all. And let me also make one other thing clear too, right? I keep hearing things about Vince and everything else, right? Like, oh, TKO don't care about wrestling; they care about money and stuff, right? Blah 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 blah. What about the other guy? What about the other guy? What about the other guy who runs that promotion that comes on Wednesday nights on, you know, on TBS? You think he gives a fuck about wrestling? No, he don't. No, he don't. And like I said, I made a video yesterday on this, right? If you think that you're going to get satisfaction from the other promotion, man, you are smoking some good fucking crack. You are sniffing some good crack if you think that's the case. No, because their shit is just as worse as WWE's. Period. Period. You know, they're not going to take full advantage of what's going on. Come on, man. They just brought back a 55-year-old guy who the fans didn't even want. You know, and now that he's back, I guarantee you the ratings are going to go down. I guarantee you that. You know, so the fact that you're going to say, oh, well, I'm going to go right to the other guys. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. You know, but like I said, I think WWE should turn this into a work shoot. I think they should. You know, I think they have something gold here. I wouldn't be shocked if they do. Anyway, guys, I'm about to go get my sandwich. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.